Yesterday we had the CDC recommending mask mandates, or actually wearing your mask indoors. Today we had Nancy Pelosi saying that, announcing her new mask mandate. If you refuse to comply, you're subject to arrest. On the other hand, though, we have in New York, a place where COVID was obviously a major issue. In New York, we have the president of Health and Hospitals that's saying that he does not feel comfortable moving forward with a mask mandate without examining the data. What's the right approach here? I mean, those are two different approaches. What's the right approach here?
Well, one thing I want to highlight is the CDC said that it was in high infected areas. There was a certain percentage. Washington, D.C. and the Capitol does not meet that level. So Nancy Pelosi is once again gross overreach. I think she's got a Gestapo approach, doing whatever she cares, no matter what the science is saying. You know, for the party that says they really believe in science, following science, they fail. They get an F- when it comes to this pandemic. Because they have done, you know this, Dr. Fauci has been all over it. The mask, you don't need masks, you need masks, masks work, they don't work, they don't need them inside. I just got out of the Senate. I just came off the Senate floor. The Senate doesn't require masks. They don't threaten to arrest people over here.
How are they explaining that science where it's not being required on the Senate side and the House side? How is Nancy Pelosi, in your opinion, planning on explaining that science?
I don't think she can explain that, James. There's no explanation to it. You know, I owned an air conditioning company for 35 years. I know what air changes in a room looks like, what that means. So you go in there, you look at their air system, you look at the one we have in the house, they're the same basically, albeit that's a smaller chamber, sure. But you know, you walk to this Capitol, and there's no, what is it, there's no virus on this side? What does Pelosi think? That the air on this side is purer, cleaner, but that the air on that side is not? There's absolutely no scientific reason for this. It's simply the fact that she wants to control. And she does it all, by the way, by fiat. We don't vote on that stuff. She doesn't bring it to the floor for discussion, how we want to run our floor decorum. She decides she's the Gestapo, she's the dictator, and she decides and puts it in place, irrespective of the science that you ask about.
And if data was released supporting wearing masks indoors, getting back to that stuff like that, if new data was released from the CDC, would you follow that personally?
Well, you go back to the CDC. Now, some of the things we found out by talking to Dr. Monahan yesterday was that some of the CDC material that they're quoting has not been published and has not been peer reviewed. So that brings up a red flag for me, because if it's not been published or peer reviewed, it's a doctor's opinion. That's the way I understand that. So just because the CDC feels like that they have the power to tell Americans what they can and cannot do, I don't buy that. I want some scientific proof.
Randy Weber, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Always appreciate you.